8,640 pounds. We have an interesting, oddball, but really neat floor plan. A 29 RKS Cougar here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan today. Inside, outside kitchens. Dual opposing slides in the living area for a massive living space. It really gives you kind of this seating of one of those, you know, big Cougar fifth wheels or like a Montana fifth wheel, but in something much, much smaller, lighter, less expensive, and shorter. Also, recent updates. It is now 0 to 100 degree rated. We also have the more ride steps and a whole bunch of little odds and ends that you'll see as we go. Now, other than bedroom and bathroom access, you really can't get to much of this one with those two big deep slides closed. So we're just going to kind of gloss straight past that portion of the tour and get to the actual fun destination portion of the tour here. This is what I meant right here. This thing has a big, expansive living room area because you have dual, double deep slides making this thing wide open with like nothing in the way. There's no islands, there's no nonsense. It's just a big old open space back here. Now, this is the standard seating arrangement, but I don't know, I kind of feel like it's the proper one. You've got a TV directly facing the theater seating over here, so it's what I like to call a no neck wrecker entertainment. You don't have to crank your head 90 degrees to the left, which was usually the problem with a lot of rear kitchens in the past. As you can see here, the TV can even pivot out. It's actually a really aggressive double jointed swing arm that I barely have tilted currently. It can really pivot around to face the front sofa if you want here. It's a front sofa that's rear facing, just for clarity's sake. Or if you want to face over toward the kitchen, the dining area, anywhere you can, not a problem. Now, all these windows are going to open for airflow. They all have pleated shades and they are all maximum size to give you the biggest, most expansive looking, feeling RV with more sights and more airflow. And I've yet to talk to a single person who is, wanting to trade out of an RV because it has too many windows. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Now, what's great is that this is a rear kitchen model that does have a good living area, because those are two things that don't always go together very nicely. But with any rear kitchen, storage is a big concern. And starting over here in the entertainment center, you can see that there's a chunk of storage just even right here within the slide behind the outside kitchen that's on the other side of that wall. Now, they are very good about this at Keystone. If they give you a big giant countertop, they give you drawers or doors or something to always be able to get to the storage. And in this case, there's just a whole bunch of drawers here that make everything easy to get to. You're also going to find that, generally speaking, as a brand, Cougar is awesome about giving you power outlets in easy access locations. Right there in the side of the countertop. And you see a pair of them overlooking that rear window on the rear chunk of the countertop right there. So they're always within easy reach of appliances, which appear to always have shorter and shorter cords nowadays. 8 cubic foot fridge freezer with a equally tall pantry beside it. Actually, the pantry goes up to the ceiling, so it's technically taller, with a little chunk of overhead storage here. Now, they could have extended the overhead storage past, but you would have had to give up this beautiful viewing window right here. And when you're standing at the sink, this is kind of one of those floor plans you really have to see in person. This is your view. Now, normally you wouldn't be looking at one of our campers here at Haylett RV, and the window's a little dirty right now. Good news is we'll clean that for you at no additional charge before you take it home, because we don't do hidden dealer fees here. But my point is, when you're standing here, when you're prepping stuff, when you're cleaning stuff, you actually get to see your campsite. And that's a pretty cool thing, I think. Now, back to the kitchen prime. Again, another look at these power outlets. Now, there's a light switch right above that rear outlet. This RV is equipped with In Command, which can control all your lights via a touchpad kind of by the bathroom door. Well, you don't always want to have to get up and down to go turn on the main lights there. So they put a light switch on basically the complete opposite end of the trailer so that it's always the shortest walk possible to get to it. And you can always take the option of syncing In Command to your phone to be able to turn lights on and off with your phone. Now, if what you're looking for is prep space, nothing is going to do it better than a rear kitchen case and point. That recessed flush mount sort of tempered glass stovetop. There are dual sink covers. I just simply have one removed. So you could take a look at this nice big deep stainless sink and know that there's another one right next to it. And doing the wedding ring tap test, you can see it's real good materials right there. They don't waste anything. Like under the oven, there's even a big drawer here. Now, again, the TV can face kind of wherever you want, whenever you want it. And note the electric space heating fireplace below there. Nice little remote control fixture that'll give you some extra heat without burning up your RV's propane. Speaking of heating and cooling, your main air conditioner is a standard 15,000 BTU in any Cougar model. Plus, we have an additional big storage cabinet way above that rear-facing sofa right there. So where that would actually be really useful is for like extra linens or bedding for the hide-a-bed below. Speaking of which, this is actually a pretty cool thing in this floor plan. The way they have this furniture arranged right here, when that hide-a-bed's fully open, you can see that you can easily just walk right through here. So if you do have a guest and you want to get down, get some breakfast cooking, just grab a cup of coffee, whatever, no sweat. It doesn't cut the camper off. And you can sleep 2 adults on that. And I've kind of proven with my family, you could even sneak an extra little kid on that little theater seat back there. Although that's only going to kind of be good for napping, you know, a quick little daytime snooze-a-rooney for an adult. Okay, heading upstairs here. Next to our bathroom, we have our in-command thing. I've talked about it a few times. Long story short, replaces like a manual switchboard to control your heating, cooling. It's a, you know, it does all the things your thermostat would do and your like switch command center would do. But what's cool, guys, is anything that you can do on this, you can do on your phone. So, pardon me, if you do want to like activate your gas side of your water heater while you are sitting outside so that, you know, you can have all the water super hot and ready for you to go inside and shower, you can do that kind of thing. You've got the same pressed membrane countertops here that you have in the kitchen, so those match up. Now this door here, it slides back and forth, so you know, it is easy to get to that corner seat in there. Actually, here, let me do that for you. That's why we're doing a video, right? Why talk about it when I can show you and talk about it? Hey, how about that? And does better than ours. So there you go, nice corner seating area. And you note that the shower floor is basically the same level as the main floor deck here, so this is a very walkable bath deck. This is essentially just a scaled down version of a Montana luxury fifth wheel bathroom. They just found something that worked really well. They found how to make it work within the size of fifth wheel that Cougar builds, and there you go. Porcelain foot flush stool, by the way, and even using the same door here as Montana, it just kind of, it floats out of the way. So if we're coming from downstairs, you can just go around the door. You never have to go backwards down the stairs because that's dangerous. Now, up front here, remember how I said there are light switches for the living room lighting within command? Well, they do the same thing here in the bedroom so that you're not constantly in and out and up and down, and you don't have to use your phone. Now, this is 50 amp service always. All Cougar fifth wheels are 50 amp service. You can add a second air conditioner. We have found in this size and this floor plan, a lot of people said, I don't need it. And especially now that Cougar has improved their heating and cooling package like we'll talk about outside, I think more than ever, the one air conditioner on this floor plan is the right way to go and going to be plenty comfortable. Now, this is a 60 by 80 queen bed. You see that you've got those nice wide open side stands for super CPAP friendliness, action, extravaganza, whatever, over there, deluxe. But notice that, remember that big old step of death at the end of the bed, you know, in these small glass fifth wheels? They've re-engineered a lot of things. They increased the size of the pass-through, and when they did that, they accidentally, oddly enough, realized, holy crap, we can virtually wipe out that big, scary step up at the end of the bed. How cool is that? Now, we've got mirrors all over on that side of the bed over there on that sliding wardrobe closet. And on a day like this where we've just got all kinds of sunshine pouring in that extra large window, those mirrors are going to reflect more of that light around in here so that this thing feels bigger, more open, more expansive. Crap. Oh, this is my life now. Excuse me, pardon me. Anyway, actually, yeah, let's take a look at the storage in there now that I'm done sneezing. They nudged up the floor of the hanging closet portion of this slide out a little bit. And you can see there's still a full-length hanging rod in there. But they were able to include a trio of additional dresser drawers this lacked before. And remember, when they got rid of that scary step, they also improved the total storage under this easy lift bed here. So there's more storage in the bedroom of this Cougar fifth wheel than there's ever been before. I wanted to begin out here with the awning open because anytime we see a big slide under an awning, people always want to know what kind of space is left. But it's a little windy, so pardon me if I'm a little goal-oriented and kind of brief here. So the short answer is, you've got a fair amount of space left. Like right in front of that baggage door, there's plenty of space there for a picnic table. This is a fairly deep slide though. It does certainly bump into the awning a little bit, but remember that big living space that we got. You can't get the one without the other in something this size. Now, as long as we're here, taking a look at the outside kitchen, we've got a larger refrigerator, which is nice, and that ever popular Capital Grill. These things burn hot enough that they actually do need to be mounted in a galvanized rolled steel material here. Otherwise, they could potentially pose fire hazard. Evidently, that is something that was determined last year. Hopefully, everything. I never heard anyone got hurt by that, but it's also nice to know. Full-size overhead cabinets above and a couple little spice racks kind of round this thing out here. And if you don't mind, I'm going to get that awning put away because, like I said, it is a little bit windy. But I will say, the little studded arms, they're doing their job. Really, an awning bouncing up and down is not too bad. It's if they start twisting side to side, then she's done. Now that the awning's in no, impending danger of being smashed by Mother Nature, let's see what else we got over here. So we've got an anti-slam entry door with a bigger handle for easy come and go, and that marries up perfectly with the new updated MORryde stable steps here. These are so awesome with the way that the feet can adjust to about any campsite, and even when the jacks are not all down and the RV's not all blocked up and everything, it is just like, because the steps are holding your weight, the RV doesn't rock and roll when people come and go. Now, they revised their pass-through. I mentioned that in the bedroom. This is that revised pass-through storage I was telling you about, how it's newer and bigger. That is a very recent change at the time of this filming. And what they kind of did here is they gave you nearly the same storage as the big Cougar in the small Cougar segment. I've got outside TV hookups and outlets. These are your switches for your 12-volt tank heaters. We'll get to those in just a minute. And this is where your in-command sort of brain system is located. Now, it's kind of, I don't know if it makes sense to you to just sort of look at it here, but long story short, a couple things. All color-coded wiring. Keystone was the first towable RV manufacturer to do that. Most of them still do not. It also gives you a little selector switch here and an in-out button or on-off button to be able to operate like your major mechanical things like your jacks, your awnings, your slides, so that somehow, if none of that touchscreen stuff or your phone's not working, you still have a manual override switch. Handy little motion lighting is always a nice little welcome feature here too. Kinda, like your refrigerator at home. All LED tail and marker lights. Tail lights are another thing that have recently been updated. When they revised the nose caps on their small Cougar fifth wheels to make it look virtually identical to big Cougar fifth wheels, I thought it was a great decision. And I thought, wow, man, that looks really good. And recently here, I kind of put my finger on as to why, and it's the raised bubble lettering on it. I've talked about it a few times in a few recent videos here. I'm not trying to like make a big deal out of a small thing, but it's sharp. It catches your eye, it sets the tone, it stands out in stark contrast to everything, and it gives us like such a great three-dimensional look and feel. Power front leveling jacks, push button rear stabilizers, everything is going to be push button easy, no manual cranking required here. As we go around, I want to mention the fact also that the Keystone paints their own nose caps. That means that it is covered, the paintwork is covered under their 3-year structural warranty. That's not the case in every brand of RV with that kind of structural coverage, because 3-year structural warranties are not all created equally. Neither are insulation packages. And there's a lot of false nonsense out there about R values and whatnot, but the fact is, Keystone the Cougar team went through, redesigned their entire heating and cooling system through the entire series. Now, big Cougar fifth wheels were always 0 degree rated, well, have been for many years anyway. These smaller ones, though, they were not. They had an enclosed heated belly. Well, what Cougar did is they improved their docking center over here, got more things in here and less things exposed to the weather. It's still an enclosed heated belly, of course, but it's also got a heat reflective layering that runs from the belly. It's in the nose, it actually wraps down the nose and all the way through the roof. They also vented the attic in the roof, which is the chunk of space between the ceiling panel and the exterior roof skin, so that it wasn't holding excessive heat in the summertime. Now, their heated underbelly isn't just a heat dump into the belly anymore. The furnace runs right alongside the water lines to keep them protected. Then they added 12-volt tank heating pads, like we just saw the switches there, so that this thing does now pass 0-100 degree testing. All Cougars are now 0 degree rated. I think that is a really cool feature. Another really cool feature are all the big windows on here. Lots of light, lots of airflow. Nobody ever I've never heard someone say, this stupid thing's got too many windows, you know? I mean, I've never heard somebody say something like that. Oh! We also have a triple slide seal system. And the stuff Cougar does around their slides, it's pretty impressive, actually. They go a little bit further. This is not one of those gimme features where every brand does this. Really, if you guys ever get off the computer and get on an RV lot, take a look, start peeling back slide seals. You can see a second wiper seal inside of there. There's kind of like there's a bulb seal outside, there's another bulb seal inside. There's always 3 points of seal contact in contact with a Cougar slide out, double in contact. Man, a lot of sun, a lot of talking, hot, tired, dehydrated, etc. Seal gripping, leak preventing slide walls. And we have a little, take your fingernail and feel under here. There's an inversion groove channel down here so that rainwater that runs down the slide side beads up and dribbles off. It doesn't wick into the subflooring. This also has not just a walkable roof, but walk-on slide boxes. And I don't know the Cougar's the only one that does that, but I sure don't hear other brands talking about it, which kind of makes me think they're probably not doing it. There's probably a reason they're not talking about it. 2-inch receiver hitch on the back here, so if you want to add a bike rack, small cargo tray, maybe bring a little generator or something with you, you can do so without voiding that structural warranty that we talked about. Isn't that nice? A lot of brands, I swear, it's like their warranties are built for you to fail. These are built for you just to go and enjoy. So if they're building it so that you're not organically voiding the warranty, it must mean that they're building a better product. That's just kind of how I interpret that. Now, behind your stabilizer jacks back here, there is a little black tank hose, or rather a tube for the hose, so that you can keep your black tank stuff and your freshwater stuff separate, which is nice. This is just a little corner pocket of what I like to call why not storage. You know, this right here is under the corner of the kitchen countertop where you can't really get to it from the inside, but it's easy to get to outside. Full outside utility shower, kind of functioning a little bit as the sink for the outside kitchenette that we already did get to see earlier. And I'm out of my normal rotation of things due to Mother Nature being a little bit windy today, but ladies and gentlemen, I do believe we have nailed it. So whether it is hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything between, we only do it all at Haylett RV, with the sole exception of hidden dealer fees. Those we want nothing to do with, and neither do you, of course. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.